connected. N-trip login successful. Receiving correction data.
Okay. So we are hooked up to the network and we're fixed. We can turn on our IMU so that we have tilt. This is our measure button over here. What we're going to do today is stake out. And what we're staking is this section of a small concrete footer. It's about 24 feet long. We're going to place these stakes and they're going to be used so that the concrete form board face is going to go up against them. Now, in terms of GPS, one of the challenges that we have is that our base is 77,000 feet away. So it's a network base that I'm connected to. It's a pretty good distance away from me. And so that actually affects the error that we see. So despite seeing a pretty decent residual value in the top right, a horizontal of 500ths and a vertical of 900ths, these points may have a little bit more variance than that. And that's just because the base isn't quite a local base. It's pretty far away. So anyway, when we want to stake this out, we'll go here to stake out the object. We'll stake out to the line, and it was running left to right, and I want to stake that outside face. So I'm going to go ahead and say, we'll go to the right side of that, 0.333. That's what I've been using everywhere else. And we're out of range. You can stake to the line, let's see, like this. So right now I'm showing a few hundredths or so, and that would be the line extending sort of to infinity. So you can see the dotted line, and what we're actually interested in is the design line up here. Now for this board, I am okay with it extending past the corner, just like the other side that it's parallel with. So it's okay for it to extend past that way, and then I'll worry about where the corner sits exactly when I make up the perpendicular side. Okay, so what we're going to be doing is we're placing these stakes every 4 or 5 feet, and the concrete board face is going to line up against them. So I can go ahead and place my stake here, and I'm mounting them all south about 500ths. So just like that. And last 1 or 2 here. That'll work. Alright, so this thing is going on and on, but what I'm measuring here is right up here. So as I move the tip of the rod, we have the design line in red. We have where the tip is a blue cross. So we can see it updates quickly as we stake. When I told it that I want to offset to that line by 1/3 of a foot. So that's what it's showing when I'm on target. And it auto zooms in there. And then these values up here, these values are southing and easting. They could be northing and easting. And there's a cut value because this design didn't have any elevation. So the cut is 7,100 feet, which is the elevation that I'm at because the design is at 0. but I am staking to a design line, but I'm staking an offset when I place all of these. And there's a tilt function, so you can see that measurement remains steadily just a few hundredths as I tilt here. And then I go in and I want to put a, now it's saying I'm out of station range, that's okay. I want to put one final stake in here. Boom, that's exactly where I want it. Okay, so now I am completely done with the GPS part of this. I can finish this staking task. I could stake any of those design lines, but I've done what I needed to do just now, and I can set the concrete form. So I've got 8-inch tall boards for these forms, and I need to go ahead and dig out a little space for them, especially down here at this end. Down at the other end might actually be okay just the way it is. Okay, so now every one of the fiberglass stakes I went along and I staked out a wood stake or wood lad that I can screw the board to and hold it in place. So the next step will be to line up a couple of the 12-foot boards and screw them all level with the string. Okay, so now I have this board face concrete form in place. It's definitely not perfect, but it's a lot better than if I had done it myself with a measuring tape. And I can come along here. I no longer really need my string. I've checked that the form is level, pretty level. And I can kind of use the board face. I'll go ahead and stake out the board face though with the tilt on the GPS rover and show you what that looks like. Alright, so I'm going to turn my GPS on again.
Trip login successful. Receiving correction data. Fixed.
Okay, so now I've logged back in, let everything turn back on, and I can do the same thing as before, where I stake out this line. And I guess I'm nervous. Oh. I was way off. Let's see. Stakeout, 2 line, right side. What does this look like? Oh, okay. So the board face right now is what I'm staking. And I think 300ths is pretty good. Okay, 600ths on the board face here. So what I did was place those orange stakes a little bit off of where I wanted the board face. It was about 500ths, give or take. Really, just for fun, go over to this other line where there's the right side of it. And I've got that board face lined up. I have it within 1/10 of a foot is what it looks like to me right now. And 800ths, 900ths, so it should be pretty well parallel with that other side. I set it in a slightly different way when I did it, but there's also the accuracy of this network GPS base station.